This is the... I have not had to redo a video more times than this one. Well, hey everyone, it's 2023 and we're off to a great start. I just realized I've been shooting in the 4 to 3 aspect ratio, not the 16:9. And I've now filmed 2 videos like that. And I can't really redo them because one, I went to go visit Leapin' Larry and saw his layout, and it's going to be that way. And then the other, I went to the Crossville Model Railroad Museum. So, whoop-de-doo. And I just filmed this video in the 4 to 3 aspect ratio, and I filmed it for half an hour. And here I am, redoing it, and now my camera is giving the flashing red light to the battery. Okay, I'll be right back. So, first off, the new background. What's going on? Well, let me explain where I've been and what I've been up to, because I haven't uploaded a lot in a while. Last spring, while I was still in high school, I was doing college classes to get ahead in college credit. And this fall, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee to continue my college education. So, yeah, college has kind of put me back a little bit in everything. I haven't been able to do much trains or really much of anything else. But over the winter break, I had a re-inspiration to do train things, especially since I just joined the Crossville Model Railroad Museum in Crossville, Tennessee, which is 2 hours from here, but half an hour from my model railroad, so I can also go visit my model railroad when I go there. I have now been scheduled to work every 3 weeks at the Crossville Model Railroad Club, so I'll be going to visit my layout quite often, which means more updates, more work, and hopefully the sooner trains will run. I've been to the Crossville Model Railroad Museum twice now, and I filmed all of them, but the first one, I think, is now garbage because the aspect ratio was not good. And the last two, I brought my camera and just didn't film because I was enjoying my time with people. However, I got a couple videos which I'll include here, and if you want to see more of those videos and just stay updated on things, follow my Instagram, which will be in the description below.
The HO layout is huge, and they have all these tracks that go into the back area. Probably they do staging. I think one will be coming out soon. It's got a roundhouse over here. Super cool. Yeah. They got G gauge, O gauge, HO, they got N and Z. They have all sorts of stuff over here.
hope to do more live streams there, hopefully, if I can figure out how to do them. We'll have to see if we can get things to work out that way. I have no idea, but like I said, hopefully more to come. Also, brand new is my new Discord server, which will be the next link in the description below if you want to talk to me personally, if you want to give me video updates, if you want to tell me about train deals, or if you want to sell me something, or if you want to buy something from me. You can find out there, and I'll be posting more updates and stuff like that you can find sooner than if you get a video, which, by the way, I will be posting more than one time this year. Woohoo, right? Yeah, I really apologize. I've been meaning to post more, but I just haven't. I haven't had the time to go visit the layout, nor have I had the time to do train stuff around here. I only recently brought more trains to my apartment, so now I can actually run trains around here, but before I really just couldn't. Now I have bought a lot of new trains, and I'm not going to list all of them. You're kind of just going to see them come around here and there. But some of them include the Chicago and Alton Pacific, some of them include a J-Class, the Canadian National SD70 ACE coal train set that they did way back in the day, as well as an older SD40-2 locomotive that Lionel did back in the day. So yeah, there will be lots of new stuff coming around in the near future. And like I've mentioned a few times already now, I do plan on posting more videos this year. I've gotten in touch with a lot of people locally that do trains, including Jack Fisher, who has a phenomenal O-scale layout, and Leap and Larry, that I've met once, and who will be coming to the Crossville Model Railroad Club with me in a few days, and who will be coming to visit my layout personally and coming to check it out. I'm excited for that and to get his opinion on that. I do have a video at his layout, but like I said, it was filmed in the 4:3 aspect ratio. I'm still going to edit it and upload it, but it won't be the great quality that you guys are normally getting from me, and I apologize about that. We will be going back in the near future, in the next month or so, hopefully, to go do more at his layout and hopefully run some more trains. I brought the J-Class that I have, and it didn't run great. It needs to go off for repair, along with a lot of other trains I have. But when I get those trains back, it'll be really fun to run some of them, because I've missed running some of them. Speaking of trains that need repair, one of my newest additions is this Atlas O tanker car that is two-rail. Yeah, I bought it that way. I did not mean to buy the two-rail version, but I did by accident. So the plan is to put three-rail trucks on it and swap it over from there. Am I sure how I'm going to do that? Not really. Am I up for the challenge? Yes, because I really like these tanker cars. They're very high quality, and I would love to add another one to my layout, because I have two already, and having a third one would just be really cool. As far as I know, you can just take the KD coupler off, remove the truck, and then put a Atlas O truck on the front and call it a day. But we might have to do some modification to the car itself. I've also added a lot more Atlas rolling stock to my collection, including some Maxi Stack Gunderson cars, the 53-foot ones, as well as some of the older 40-foot Maxi Stack cars that came in trains of 5. So now I've got a cool Maxi Stack train to run, except it doesn't run at the Crossville Model Railroad Museum, along with a lot of steam engines and other bigger steam engines. I've been able to run some small steam engines, but the size of the layout just doesn't accommodate big things that have large overhang. I'm going to try to talk to people. Maybe we can do some working out on some editing of the layout to run bigger trains, but I'm not going to push them too far because they put a lot of work and effort into the layout, and it's really cool anyways. And I understand it'd be a lot of work to run larger steam engines, but I think it would be cool, especially because we could run a Nickel Plate Road 765 and just open up the possibilities. But again, we'll have to see about that. Who knows? So yeah, now you guys have hopefully been caught up on what's been going on and what I have planned. There's a little bit more that I want to talk about, though, with the what's to come. When I brought track here to my apartment to run here, I brought 081 by accident. I thought I brought 072. The 081 that I brought is actually needed on my layout. So I'm going to be dismantling my little oval here that I've got that I run trains on, taking it to my layout and putting it there so I can finally lay all the track. And stage 1 will be done. Whoopee! I'm really excited for it. I know I don't sound excited, I'm tired, but I am really excited because that means we can finally do the upper level. We can finally draw out on the table where are we making the inclines, how tall is it going to be, where's everything going to go, and then we can take track off, we can put the board down, and we can get the upper level done. Once we do that, it's wiring time, which, yeah, electricity, duh. I've done a lot of research, and it can be a nightmare. I'm going to try to learn more from Leaping Larry soon about how to do that, and then it'll be going for the wiring, because some of the stuff I do want to run command control, like the switches and stuff, some I don't, because they're going to be really close to the edge and I can just throw them by hand. But hopefully we can figure all that out in enough time. And drum roll please, I would like to have trains operating in 2023. I know that statement holds no meaning at all, because every single year I've done videos, I'm like, I want to run trains this year. I want to run trains this year. Put in some clips right now. I'll be doing that. So that should be how the layout's gonna go. In February, when this is done, I'm gonna come check on the progress, bring a couple trains, test it out, just make sure everything works. This is taking a lot longer than I thought, but maybe by 2022 we'll have trains running. So, yes, I say it again, but I say it with meaning this time. I really think trains can run this year, because now I have a little bit more mobility of myself, because to be fair, in years past, I have been younger and haven't really had the control to just go and do stuff. But it's also been an issue of, I'm not there. It was 3 hours away from Huntsville, where my layout was building, and I didn't just have the time to go 3 hours away anytime. But now that I'm going to the Crossville Model Railroad Museum quite often, and because it's a little bit short of a trip anyways, I can now visit my layout quite more often than I used to, since it's only half hour away from the Crossville Model Railroad Museum. This in turn means that anytime I go during the day, from around 12 to 4, which is when we're open, 11 to 4 sometimes, that means I have early mornings and sometimes late nights to work on the railroad. And sometimes if I stay for 2 days or stay in Rockwood overnight, that gives me extra time to work on the layout. Which means instead of going to visit the layout once or twice a year, I'll be going to visit the layout once or twice a month, which is going to be astronomically bigger, which means a lot more work is also going to be completed. As per the other base board, I'm going to be having my grandfather, his friend, and myself all working on that, as they are a little bit more skilled with wood than I am. So hopefully we'll be able to knock that out pretty quickly. Ideally, before my birthday, we'd be able to have the top level done, which is 3 or 4 months from now, so not too bad. That means during the spring semester, which I think that's easily doable. That means, ideally, in the summer, I could then focus on wiring, which is going to take a lot of time, but that's why I want to do it over the summer before school starts again, because that means I have all the time in the world, without school on my back, to get stuff done in terms of wiring and get things all electrically sound and ready to go. Because, again, I would love to run trains this year, which also includes having a open house invitational sort of thing. I would love to invite everyone to come to my layout, but I know that's feasibly not possible, because a lot of people that do O-scale live up north. A lot of people live in Pennsylvania and, you know, all those sorts of northern states, and to come down to Tennessee is a big ask. I will still send out an invitation, but it'll be more of a, hey, you can hang this on your fridge to say you were invited. You don't really have to come, because it's a lot of money for you to. But if you want to, knock yourself out. But there are a lot of people that do O-scale around here too. We have about 12 people in the club alone that do O-scale, the real O-scale. Plus Leap and Larry that lives close to me, and Jack Fisher that lives in the same town. Of course, he's really busy. He may not be able to come, but there are also some smaller names around the area that, if scheduling works out, we could have a lot of people come to this open house. And ideally, we would just come and run trains and talk about things and just look at things, and I would get more ideas and maybe suggestions from people on how to do things with scenery, or maybe I, did something on the wiring that if I change it right now, I don't have to rip up scenery later on. So hopefully I'll be able to learn a lot from that experience and also have a lot of fun running some trains with other people. Ideally, other people could bring in their own trains if they wanted to, or just run one of mine. Because I'll have 2 remotes, we can have 2 people running their own trains individually. Depending on the day and the people and who wants to do what, we could also do operations. Because operations on any model railroad is something I'm really fond of. In fact, I'm going to be learning how to do HO operations at the Crossville Model Railroad Museum very, very soon, just because it's fun and I like doing operations. It's realistic and it's enjoyable. It's not just running trains in an oval, which is fun, don't get me wrong, but you actually have a purpose with where you're going. You have a job to do. You have to do point A to point B and get all this done in the way, and at the same time, you can't just do it. You have to contact people and make sure that you're clear to do stuff, just like they do it in real life, which is a lot of fun to me. And my layout is kind of built around that idea where if you have 2 or 3 people, you could have them come in, you have a dispatcher, you have a couple operators, you can have a couple mainline trains, and you can have a local that runs too that has to navigate between those trains and then switch out the industries and factories in the town and come back and maybe, switch out empties and loads, or maybe just do an individual run, or maybe they break a train down in the yard, all sorts of stuff. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. That's very far in the future speculation. Right now, I'm just happy that the layout is in the final stretch of being able to be ready to run, which is the first step. Being able to run trains on that layout is awesome. Also on my to-do list is to figure out how I can vacuum out that area with the air, because the sawdust is terrible. There's no air conditioning, there's no ventilation system. So all the woodwork and sawdust just sort of exists and doesn't go anywhere unless it's vacuumed up. And we can vacuum it up, but a lot of it gets underneath the layout and onto the trains. I've had to work on cleaning a lot of my locomotives and rolling stock because I put them underneath the layout and then we continue to do work, and a lot of sawdust got on those rolling stocks and locomotives. Thankfully, it's been nothing serious. We've been able to clean it off pretty well, and I've since moved all my locomotives to the new shelves, which I also have to show you guys later on. But I still need to do some deep cleaning and see if I can find something that can clean the air of all of the dust. The bug issue is still also a thing. There's always a wasp or a dead something on the layout, so I'm going to have to do some research on how I can get those to not happen, because I definitely wouldn't want those to be there when I have scenery and stuff, because that's going to be a hassle to clean. But again, as I was saying, that's very far in the future of speculation. Scenery like that won't be happening for another 5 years, I betcha. But for now, things are looking up. There'll be more Sam Trains videos, and I can't wait. But until those videos, I'm Sam, and I will see you guys in the next one. That will actually be coming out this year. I still can't get over that. How did I not upload for a year? That's crazy to me.